Hey everybody, I'm Desola from Edmunds, and today we're going Jeeping. That's right everyone, we've got two icons from the Jeep lineup, the compact Jeep Cherokee and the midsize Jeep Grand Cherokee. So what's the difference? Besides one of them being more grand, of course. Let's find out and see which one's the right choice for you. At Edmunds, we painstakingly test and review hundreds of cars each year, while CarMax experts appraise, buy, and sell thousands and thousands. So we thought, why not combine our testing knowledge with CarMax's experience to help you make the right choice? But before we get into all that good stuff, please do us a favor and like and subscribe to CarMax's YouTube channel. Plus, I want you to go down to the comment section right now, and I want you to tell me which Jeep you think you like more before watching the video. And then when the video is over, go back down to the comment section and let me know if your opinion has been changed. I think it'll be very interesting to see what you all have to say about it. If you want to learn more about either one of these Jeeps, click the link down below for an in-depth article. Now, let's get into it. Look, we both know why you're here. You like the rugged image of Jeep, the cool styling, and the way they look awesome when they're dirty. Hey, maybe you even plan on doing a little off-roading yourself. But when it comes down to it, which one is better? The smaller Cherokee or the larger Grand Cherokee? Here's some things you should know. First up is the Cherokee. This version of the car first debuted back in 2014, and it underwent a substantial update in 2019, which is what we have here today. It's known for strong engines, a smooth ride, and excellent technology, which I personally love. On average, CarMax sells the 2019 through 2021 Cherokees for about $27,000, depending on the trim level, mileage, options, and other factors. Now, this Grand Cherokee is a little different. Jeep started making this version way back in 2011, and it got an update in 2016. So we have a 2018 Grand Cherokee to show off its classy and spacious interior and its solid construction. CarMax sells these 2016 through 2021 Grand Cherokee for an average of $33,000. All right, so Jeep is known for being tough as nails out in the wild, but you guys, here's a little secret. Their interiors are A1. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but they just feel really nice inside. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so in this Cherokee, there's ample headroom, a good amount of rear leg room, and the front seats have good adjustability, which is very important to me because I have really long legs and I want to make sure I have all the room that I can get. Believe me, it's very important. Also, cars that don't have a good amount of headroom really make me nervous, so I'm glad that this one does. This Cherokee is a limited, so heated front seats do come standard, which is always a nice touch, you know, and they're controlled by the screen right here. Now, there are no physical buttons, and I know some of you out there are gonna say, oh my God, where are the buttons? I want buttons. They don't have them, but the screen is actually really responsive, so it's not that bad. It's all right. Rear heated seats are also optional, but in this one, we don't have them. The Cherokee does come standard with a small 7-inch touchscreen, which is all right, but I recommend that you go with the 8.4-inch touchscreen like we have in here. It just feels better, and I feel like it looks better also. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto do come standard, which for me is very important, okay? I don't have time for anything else. I need that phone integration. Like all new Jeeps, this one has a Uconnect system, and at Edmunds, we really love this because it's very easy to use and it's super quick to respond. So overall, there's really good outward visibility and there's few blind spots, which is really good because you're not gonna have to break your neck to switch any lanes or anything. So we like that. Now, let's go check out the Grand Cherokee. All right, friends, so up front, it feels really similar to the Cherokee. It has the same steering wheel, some of the same knobs and buttons, but of course, it still is different. You know, I feel like this Grand Cherokee actually lives up to its name. Like, it feels grand in here. It feels really nice. The materials are near top of the line for its class, and it's really spacious too. So if you want a bigger SUV, this is definitely one that you want to get. So in here we have this nice wood grain, a cool sunroof, and it has black headliner. And I don't know about you all, but black headliner to me just always adds a little something. It makes the car feel elevated, so I love that. So in this Limited, we have these nice plush leather seats, which I really like. Heated seats come standard in the front, and unlike the Cherokee, they also come standard in the back too. This is bigger than the Cherokee, so you got more room to stretch out in the back seat. So you will feel good and your passengers will love it too. So one thing about the Grand Cherokee is that it has these big, large doors, which is actually really nice because it kind of makes it easy for you to hop in and hop out. But it does ride higher than the Cherokee, so it could be a little difficult for some of you out there, so just keep that in mind. Now, another thing I want to tell you is that these pillars are kind of thick, all right? And it can make the rear visibility kind of hard. So when you're backing into parking spots and things like that, you're definitely gonna need the parking sensors and the rear view camera. It'll just make your life easier. And speaking of technology, which you know is always my favorite part, this car has an 8.4-inch touchscreen with Uconnect. And you know how we feel about Uconnect, so that's also nice. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto also come standard. So overall, they're both nice. The Cherokee offers a nice and tidy compact package that's comfortable and spacious with a good technology system. So that's why it earns a solid rating in our book. And when it comes to the Grand Cherokee, it gets a solid score, but for different reasons. This one gets plush materials that could rival many luxury SUVs. But with that higher average price, you're definitely gonna have to pay for it. So now that we know all that, you're probably wondering how they're different on the road. So let's take it for a drive. You know, my favorite part about reviewing any car is definitely driving it, of course, because that's where the fun is. And this Cherokee is actually really comfortable. It really is. The steering is direct and responsive, and believe it or not, it actually has a good road feel. The standard 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine that I'm driving right now is nothing to write home about, but it's not terrible. You know, it's fine. And like I always say, fine is better than bad, so yeah. There is also an optional 3.6-liter V6 engine that is powerful, but you know, it's not really exciting. Here at Edmunds, we recommend you go with the turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine because it has plenty of power and it definitely gets the best gas mileage out of the lineup. So as I'm driving, I can tell that the 9-speed automatic does have slow shifts, but on the positive, these brakes are really good. They're really responsive and predictable. And you know, that makes it really easy to slow down, which is obviously a great thing. Now, we are driving a Jeep after all, and you know that when it comes to off-roading, this thing is serious, all right? And it's really good due to the approach, departure, and the ride height. Now, if you plan on taking this thing out there to get dirty, we recommend you look for a four-wheel drive. And if you're really serious about off-roading, look for a Trailhawk trim. It gets upgraded suspension and it helps you really handle the rough stuff. All right, friends, now I'm driving in the Grand Cherokee. And this thing comes standard with the V6 engine. And you know, it's kind of like I said earlier, it's nothing crazy, but it's all right. But if you're someone who's really looking for a power, there are a lot of V8 options to choose from, so that's great. This one has strong brakes, which equals a short stopping distance, which we really like, especially considering the weight of this vehicle. Like I said, this is a heavy vehicle and it hinders acceleration and handling, especially when you want that get up and go. But again, that's the difference between the V6 and the V8. You know, there's a Trackhawk edition and that thing is fast and you won't have any problems when it comes to accelerating in that one. So even though there are models like the Trackhawk and other V8s that help with power, the steering in here really doesn't feel the best and it's already lethargic around corners, so that doesn't help. So the power will not help you when it comes to that. But again, this is a Jeep, so you know where it shines. Off-roading is super strong on this thing, obviously, especially if you go with the Trailhawk edition. And you know, the four-wheel drives just bring a good smile to your face. I'm telling you, driving a Jeep shouldn't be this fun. Believe me, I had a Wrangler and it was not on the pavement. But this Cherokee is responsive and direct, which is great. The downside is that the transmission does hold it back though. But hey, if you go off-roading, you'll be fine. Driving a Grand Cherokee feels refined and fun if you have a V8. But with the V6, it's big and heavy and it doesn't really have the best steering. But again, off-road is the bread and butter. That's where it's gonna shine. So, if you're packing for the trip of a lifetime, here's how you should plan for it. If you're gonna be driving the Cherokee, you should probably know that it actually has a small cargo capacity for its class. So you actually get 24.6 cubic feet behind the rear seats, and honestly, it's not the best, okay? It's not the best, but it's not horrible. You still can throw some things back there. But on the positive, it does have an adjustable load floor, and it also has a pretty good lift over height, so that's also great. And you know what? Power liftgate. We love a power liftgate, that's always a nice touch. Now, with the way those gas prices are looking, I know you want to know about that MPG. This specific Cherokee has the 2.4-liter front-wheel drive four-cylinder engine that gets an EPA estimated 25 miles per gallon combined, all right? And just like the cargo space, The competition does offer more, but you know, it's not terrible. So if you're somebody who really cares about gas mileage, I recommend you go with the 2.0 liter turbo engine. That one gets an EPA estimated 26 miles per gallon combined. And I know you're probably looking at me like, really, Desola? 1 mile? But hey, everything helps. If you plan on towing anything, you can tow up to 2,000 pounds with this 2.4 liter engine. But for the max 4,500 pound towing capacity, you'll need to go with the V6. Now, if you're taking the Grand Cherokee on your trip, the same thing is happening over here, okay? The cargo capacity is smaller than its competition. You only get 36.3 cubic feet in here, which is better than the Cherokee, but overall, it's still not that good because the Honda CR-V gets more. Jeep, come on now. This V6 tows up to 6,200 pounds, and the V8s do up to 7,200 pounds, so that's also nice. Now, the EPA estimated 21 miles per gallon combined for the base V6 isn't the best, and the V8s fare worse, but hey, they still kill the 4Runner's number, so I'm not even mad. When it comes to daily driving, I'll be honest with you. You can say that the Cherokee is compromised. Storage and EPA estimates are definitely not tops in its class, but considering the capability, you can still have a lot of fun with it. It's the same thing with the Grand Cherokee. There are more spacious and more efficient midsize SUVs out there, no question, but this is a great adventure SUV, and you get a lot more space than you do in the Cherokee. At the end of the day, there are a whole lot of choices when it comes to SUVs. And in my opinion, you're already choosing between two of them that are really fun and exciting. So that right there is enough reason to give yourself a round of applause. Whether you're gonna use them to fuel your inner explorer and cruise around, or if you wanna hop in a 4x4 monster and tear up those off-road trails, it's up to you. Do what you gotta do. But the point is, you can do it, all right? Those are the perks of having a Jeep. The Cherokee is great for most shoppers because it can handle daily use and it's fun to drive, while the Grand Cherokee feels luxurious and spacious and, I don't know, it just feels really good inside. So I say all that to say, you've got some decisions to make. So let us know which Jeep you'll be pulling into your garage and your campsites in the comments down below. Plus, don't forget to let us know if the Jeep that you thought you liked at the beginning of the video is the same one that you ended up liking at the end. Thank you all for watching our videos. Make sure to like and subscribe to CarMax's YouTube channel. And if you want more information about either one of these Jeeps, click the link down below for an in-depth article. Thank you guys. See you later.